Welcome to our tutorial for the GIS digitizing software, the BasePac. The template function you will find already in the Quick Start buttons over here. If I select it, a new window will appear and you see now I have three possibilities. For example, we have single motifs. Single motifs is quite nice for using a single head machine. In this case, I can change very easily from one shirt to the other and the design will come automatically as next. I would like to show you now how the single motif works. We have to go with the continue button to the next page. Here we are. What you see now here is the embroidery field. Please imagine the embroidery field does have the same meaning like a single head frame. In my case, I will tell him now that I want to have 120 mm by 120 mm. Underneath we can see name per pages. Actually it means how many shirts, t-shirts you want to make. In my case I will take now 10. Transfer to the ring buffer means to send the template via network to our ZSK machines. In my case I don't need it now. I press the continue button again. Here we can see now our embroidery field for the text as well as for the design. To load a design, you have to go here on the search button and the directory will be open. Now we have here several designs and I will take now, for instance, a horse portrait. I confirm it with OK and the design is placed in. You can move the design inside the frame wherever you want to place it. On top of here you have a button called centered. Center in the vertical position, center in the horizontal position. Now my horse is placed where I want to have it. Let's go to the next page. Pressing continue. Here I can now set a text. The text can be done on a straight line or on an arc. And if you don't want to have a text at all, you choose this button. In my case, I would like to have a text on an arc. I select the button. Underneath, I have the possibility to say how the order of the embroidery should be. From the left to the right, or from the center to the left, and then from the center to the right, or from the right to the left. Now I will choose my font. The GIS BasePac software does have more than 120 fonts inside. Of course, you can even add by yourself fonts too. In my case, I will like now to have the font called Dolphin Bold. Take it. It's asking me what kind of needle you want to use. Needle number 1, needle number 2. In my case, number 1 is fine. The font size has to be given. I want to have only 8 mm. Text alignment if you need. From the left, centered or right. Underneath the extended button, you have all the parameters which are necessary. Like underlayers, like lock stitches, the density, overlap, all this can be done here. What I use now is definitely a lock stitch. I want to have this lock stitch. And I want to change also the density. I want to have the density 3.6. Then my underlayer step length is, in my opinion, too big. That means we reduce it to 2 mm and in the curves it should make the stitches 50% smaller. Confirm. Now let's go to the next page. You see now there is my little icon, and this icon I can place now. I select it with the left mouse, bring it now above the horse. Here we are. Unfortunately, you see it's angled. Never mind, we can set this up. Center angle. We give here 0, and you see the text is straight. Now the angle range is how much space you need for the text. For instance, I tell him now I want to have 60 degrees. So you see it's quite far. Even the text will go out of the frame. Never mind. I have the possibility with a radiant to give an angle too. And in this case, let's say we choose 50. So this is nice. Perfect. This is what I want. On the left side, you have the possibility to mirror the text, for instance. Or you can say the text should be on the line, centered on the line, or underneath the line. Well, I need definitely on the line. Then the text alignment means should be the text 90 degrees to the line, or do you want to have it straight? In my case, I want to have it 90 degrees to the line. Now everything is so far fine. We go to the next page. Continue. This is now a new feature in the BasePac version 8. I can set another text format. In this situation, I would like to have the text now straight. Also from the center, but I would like to have another TrueType font. In this case, I like, for instance, the Homeward Bound. And I want to have needle number 3 as a text. The font size is okay. I guess also my parameters are okay. Fine. We go to the next page. Here is now the new line. I bring it now underneath the horse, and of course we can also centerize it. We tell him it should be vertical centered. Perfect. Here you can see the maximal text length. We do have now 90 mm. Of course I can increase and decrease it. Text lines of embroidery field. How many lines do you want? I need, for instance, 2. So now I have to be careful. The text is a little bit out of the frame. I move it a bit in. And just in case that it is still in the center, I press the button here again. You can also give here a border distance for the text at the top and a border distance for the text at the bottom if you want to, just in case for a security reason. We go to the next page. Again, he's asking me, do you need another text? I said, no, now it's enough. I don't want to have another one. Press the button. Go again with continue to the next page. And now he's asking me where should be the start and end point of each shirt. I would like to have it in the center. And the end point as well in the center. Important is now that you click or tick actually here this function called stop functions after each embroidery field. That means after one shirt is done, the machine will stop. You exchange the frame, press the start button again, and automatically the next design will come. Trimming after each embroidery field should be done, of course. Everything is so far fine. I say now, ready. He's asking me, do you want to save the template for our next season? I can say yes. And give now simply a name. Rene T-shirts. And save. It opens now our fields. Here you see now the cursor already on an arc and I can start typing. For instance, we say here now this must be called ZSK stick machine, and then I press enter. Automatically goes to the next line, and here I can give a name. Again enter for the next line, and the design is done. If I press another enter, it will go automatically to the next field. And I can type it again. So a big advantage in this software is now that I can read in text files. To read in text files make everything much more easier. In this case, please go to File, and in there you will find a function called Import Text File. So I am at the desktop now and I have prepared already a text file. Here it is, and I say open it. Now automatically he puts the text on each field. Full automatic. I zoom a little bit down that you see better. We have now 10 different names with the same logo, and this template I can send, as I said, via network to the machine, or I put it on my USB key and go then to the machine. If I need any change, there is no problem to change things like the text, for instance. If you say this text is not what I like, I have to put a little bit the zoom down. So, as you can see, I can go with my cursors here inside, and for instance I want to change here the color. There are the needles, and I would like to have this color for the name Loden. Every field can be changed. Even I have the possibility to call here the R much more bigger. Should be 12. Also the text inside can be changed. If you don't want to have the text homeward bound, we use another one. For instance, I would like to have the Bahamas. Here we are. If you feel fine, you save the template and then we can export it to the machine. Give a new design number and save it.